Hey there, you me and DC fans, and welcome if you are new. I am the stepson of Krypton,
And I'm Mantis.
and today we are diving back into the Absolute Universe. This time we are going to do Batman issue 6. Now, we had actually planned on doing issue 6 and 7 together of the Absolute Supermans, the Absolute Batmans, and the Absolute Wonder Womans. But what we learned the other day from recording the Absolute Superman is we talk too much and the video goes very, very long, and you guys don't want to sit for a 45, 55-minute video. So we are going to do them in two shorter videos to make it a little easier on you guys. So, Mantis, are you ready to get on into Batman, Absolute Batman issue 6?
I'm Batman.
No, you're not, Mantis.
I'm Batman.
All right, guys. So, issue 6, I know it's been out for a little bit. Issue 7 just came out, but again, we were trying to save them all up to do kind of a multi-part video, but that is not going to work out. So we're going to just do this real quick. Issue 6, we basically pick up right from where 5 left off. Obviously the party animals have attacked, and we see there's these crates being dropped down by the leader of the party animals that have all these masks and weapons because they want the Gotham purge basically to keep going. And we see this guy, and he's watching. We see it's Waylon. He's watching that on TV. Here's somebody breaking into his gym. Boom! It's Bruce, and he tells him that he's Batman, just like Mantis did right before we started this.
Channeling my inner Bruce.
Ironically, and we didn't plan this. We're both wearing our Superman shirts today, and he said he's Batman while wearing a Superman shirt. So tells him he's Batman. He needs his help. All right. Then we do a little bit of a flashback to him when he was a kid. Obviously, they're having a little bit of a sleepover. This is just shortly after his dad had been killed at the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
And now the interesting thing, so we see this group of friends here. Now, the funny thing is this group of friends, ironically, is made up of Waylon, Croc. We've got Edward, rather. We got Oswald Cobblepot, and we got Harvey. Harvey did Two-Face. So we have actually all of some of his bigger villains, of his buddies as kids.
This is what I love
And
about
Selena.
the Absolute Universe. Yeah, and definitely and Selena, because her and Bruce are a little bit. Anyway, not when they're kids, but when they're
do
adults.
that early on into this video. We're gonna get censored.
But what I was gonna say is I love the way this is set because it's not as you're familiar with all of these characters as villains as adults, right? And again, this whole premise of dark side, absolute things are kind of flipped on its head. Evil's a little bit more prevalent in this universe, and people don't grow up the same way. The heroes don't. In this case, yeah, he's friends with all of his villains, like his OG villains. But it reminds me of this, I don't know, Stand By Me, like coming of age thing that they've got this, the Losers Club, if you're a Stephen King fan. Like that's kind of what it reminds me of. And this, well, the first time I read this pain that you're going to talk about, I was so confused. I looked at it and I'm going, what? Wait, Martha's alive. What's happening here? So continue.
Well, and we see that yes, Martha's alive. He's having the sleepover with his buddies, but then all of a sudden, boom, person breaks in. She's shot. And then we flash to he was having a nightmare, right? Because in this, obviously, in the Absolute Universe, his mom is still alive. It's the dad that got shot. So then, out on the streets, we go to Martha.
Why did you say that name?
And Jim, good old Mayor Gordon, and she's deputy mayor. And they see one of these crates, and so they're trying on one of the masks, right? And they see basically where it's all computerized, and it's showing all of the different people as they look at them that they all have bounties. Some have no bounty, some have big bounties. They of course each have $1 million bounty on their head, right? So then you have this group of gunmen. They're coming. They want the crate, right? They want the mask. They want to be able to get the money and all this because this, the party animals are paying out large sums of money to people to cause chaos and overwhelm the city.
Mhm.
So then, speaking of, we do a little flash to the train, and we see Julia on the train, Alfred's daughter. We see her on the train. She gets abducted by one of the party animals. And of course, we're back with Bruce. He has revealed his secret identity to his friends. A lot of them were kind of pissed. However, and it says this is funny here. So, Eddie had said he had worked it out, or you find out that Eddie had worked out the secret weeks ago, and they decide they're going to help him. And it says Eddie's Riddler system. So I like that they did. Obviously, for those of you who aren't thinking about it, Edward Nigma, Eddie. So they, with the Riddler system, it's a little weird to say, but with that system, they find out the source of where the servers are being kept for the Gotham network of the party animals. Mantis, I see you're wanting to say it because you're an IT guy. Go ahead.
I know you thought this when you read this. I'm sure everyone did when you look at this. Like, it's cool. Like, Oswald apparently can fly planes and is helping Batman get to the local servers, right? Which apparently are on a freaking boat. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but maybe you don't want to put highly, electrical and important servers in water or right above it. I mean, really, Batman, I know he's going down to take out those servers. Obviously, that's what he's implying here. Local servers could be crashed, but there's got to be them. So they're on this boat. Why don't you just shoot them with missiles and blow the damn thing up? Like, sink it. As soon as it sinks, all that shit's going. Anyway, he dives out.
You just don't get it, do you? You don't.
I don't. I don't.
You just don't get it, do you? You don't.
I would have thought, servers need to be, kind of hardwired. You want to keep them to some kind of, actual hard lines and not have these big ass servers then have to then distribute that everything out wirelessly from a boat that, yeah. But who am I? I'm not an IT guy. Okay. But yes, got to get onto the boat. And from their little nice single engine plane. And then we get really a couple of pages of just Batman beating the ever living shit out of these guys with anything he can find.
Kids, like anyone he sees.
He just threw the one little kid overboard.
Oh no, he punted him like fucking Jack Black punted Baxter. Like, just straight up punted his ass off the boat.
Just, the bowling ball kind of thing. Like, I mean, just beating the ever living shit out of these guys. Like I said, we get several pages of that, and then we get an odd kind of random flashback to the past again. Once when he had woke up, and then of course we do another flash. It jumps around a little bit right there.
It does, yeah.
But we do another flashback to Martha and Gordon in the present. And obviously, that's when one of the party animals or one of the people out there, one of the people causing chaos, not necessarily a party animal, but, an affiliate.
Well, he could also just be advantageous. Like, one of them, and maybe you're going to talk about this, like, he didn't seem like it's not like they want to, it's not like they're criminals. They see an opportunity to make an assload of money.
We're not just doing this for money. We're doing it for a shitload of money.
And they want to get in on it before all the shit breaks loose, right? Like,
well, and even on the one, they make the choice. We'll get to that in a minute. I don't want to jump ahead. But yeah, it's just people that are down on their luck, right? And you say, hey, here's a quick $1 million for this, right? What are you gonna do? We get a quick flash, man, and they're really weird with these flashes on how they jump back, because it's like one page, and then we jump right back, and then one more page randomly, because we flash to this private jet, and we obviously see Julia there, and she's with Alfred, and he's like, hey, we're leaving Gotham for right now. It's too much shit's going on. He wants to keep her safe. And then it's like immediate flashback to Batman continuing to beat the ever living shit out of these guys. And that's the one thing I will say with this, is because in the absolute Batman, he still has the not killing kind of a thing somewhat. But absolutely just destroying somebody with some of the, some of these devices and weapons he picks up.
Well,
He's okay with.
yeah. It's kind of reminiscent of the Batfleck in the sense like, torture is within reason. Beating people into an inch of their life, but not dead, is within reason. He takes advantage of situations. He doesn't try to find the least violent way to take people out on this boat. Again, age doesn't matter. You're a bad guy, doesn't matter. You get fucked up, right? So yeah, it's the borderline, but yeah, he hasn't, quote unquote. I mean, at least that I remember in the first 5 issues. I almost said episodes. 5 issues of this. I don't remember him killing anyone. Could be wrong.
No, he did the acid kind of thing and left him pretty well like hurt and things like that. But yeah, it's not necessarily like brutally just straight up murdered somebody.
Yeah.
So, again, continues to go down. Then there's the fight between him and I don't know how to say the guy's name. I'm going to say it. Just deal with it, guys. You know how we are on the channel. I'll have the name up on the screen if you want, because I'm going to say it. Somebody's going to make some comment that do what?
Let's call him DJ.
Yeah, we'll call him that. All right. He already kind of looks like one of the Daft Punk guys. So
he does.
But they get into it and they're fighting. They're having their showdown, and Batman's got him down on the ground. However, he starts strangling him. The old dude, Daft Punk, there starts strangling Batman. And
well, what I was gonna say while you're, can I interrupt? By the way, because while that's happening, you see these mental images, and the way I read this is while he's trying to fight this guy and maybe he's kind of losing at this point. And of course, the Daft Punk guy's talking shit at him while he's trying to kill him. And he's thinking of all of these things his mom told him about being hopeful. It's not easy to do that. No matter how hard things get, there's rough times. Your dad stayed the course. He stayed hopeful and he stayed true and virtuous and all of that. And then, of course, there's these pictures of that picture that his mom took of all the kids, all of his quote unquote childhood friends when they were at the sleepover, and he's it says he's most hopeful about Bruce. Of everything going on, he was most hopeful about Bruce, and it's almost like he's using these I don't call it like a Peter Pan moment where think happy thoughts, right? Like that's kind of what it is to push him through and have to do the thing that he's got to do to save everyone. And it starts with, impaling this dude. I thought it killed him, but apparently it didn't. But yeah, he uses his cowl to just
yeah, because he stabs him through the eye and he puts the life jacket on him and he throws him overboard. And, he's telling him, Daft Punk there's telling him, he's like, you don't have no idea what he's done.
What you've done.
Right.
Yeah.
And then of course we go back to Gotham. Quick jump back to Gotham where Gordon and Martha, they decide they're going to kill Gordon, but they're going to leave the deputy, or they're going to leave Martha there because they're going to split the money. But so they tell her to leave. Obviously she doesn't want to. It's like they're going to, if they're going to kill anyone, they should start with her. So then we get Bruce, Batman, whatever you want to call him, in the server room of this yacht, just throwing grenades. He's going to blow it up, right? Maybe not the best thing to do because you're on a boat. However, I don't think at this point he's really going to give a shit if the boat sinks, right? Takes care of the servers for sure. So system goes dead. The masks shut down, and we see that right as we kind of do that quick flip back to Martha and them. The masks shut down, right? So everything for Gotham and all the crates and everything that's shot for Gotham are down. Right, and Martha knocks out one of the dudes. Boom, they're safe. We flash back to Batman. He gets thrown from the exploding yacht again. Maybe not the best idea to take down the servers. You had a bunch of water right there, but hey,
I couldn't tell if it knocked him out too. I want to say it did. He was definitely fucked up.
Yeah, he gets messed up because he lands on the roof of the submerged Batmobile. Which surfaces. Alfred climbs out, pulls him into it, saying, he's telling him he's going to be sticking around. He's pretty well messed up, right? He took he took some damage between the fight with Daft Punk and the explosion and all that other good stuff. Now, I will say the very, very interesting thing is like the last page of this one here.
Yeah,
We don't know where we're at, but we see what clearly is the Joker with the bleached white skin. He's got the
Has to
weird
be.
kind of do what?
It has to be.
Yeah.
Like you would not mistake that for anyone else. Yeah.
And the green veins, and he's undergoing some kind of medical procedure. What looks to be like he's getting some transfusions from these infants, right?
I don't know
What
the
I
hell's
kind
going
of
on.
thought was I went right back to Total Recall. If you remember,
Yes.
the Total Recall, and the dude had the baby came out of his stomach, and it would talk. Yeah, it was a little creepy.
What the fuck was his name?
That's right. No, Queen is the dude. That's what he says.
Yeah.
But regardless,
Yes.
so we see that, and he tells them, "Oh, hey, Daft Punk failed," and then Joker's like, "It's time. Get Bane." Roll credits. The end.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on with Joker. It almost looks like he's got some alien symbiote on him, or like I don't know. It's very weird. Some mutant thing, which again I'd be cool with because I don't know. I know you played it, but the Arkham Asylum when you I forget it's like some super serum thing that he ingests and turns into a monstrosity, right? And which is, I'm not ruining anything. Game's been on forever, but I'd be cool if he turns into some massive giant monster thing. Batman's got to kill. That'd be fucking cool.
That would be kind of cool. It'll be interesting to see what they do with his art, given that, like I said, most of his other enemies, other than Bane and Joker and them, are his buddies right now. So
Yeah,
it's going to be kind of cool to see if it's one of those, like, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. So, like, is he going to see his friends become his villains? And that makes it worse because then there are people that you cared about, you grew up with. When we talk about it being a darker universe, right? Because it's like, oh, if your mortal enemies are your buddies in this universe, where's the darkness, right? Where's the difficulty? Whereas if they turn on you, that's substantially worse. Because now they're like people that you cared about. That's the deeper cut to a hero, is when your best friends, the people that are supposed to have your back, turn on you. So I'm wondering if that's the route it's going to go. I don't know. We'll have to see. As soon as we finish this here, issue 7 is going to be coming up. So,
yeah, which has another villain in it that is not his friend, one of his friends, at least yet. So, and by the cover, you guys can tell who that's going to be, probably. But it's a little twist on it, by the way. So, anyway.
It's just snowy. Like, I don't know that you can necessarily guess. So I'm just joking.
Maybe.
If you didn't get that from Batman, you got issues, man. Like, and not those type of issues like I just set down. All right, guys. So if you have made it with us this far, we definitely appreciate it. Consider giving this video a like. I'm sorry, do your freaking job. Subscribing to the channel. And letting us know when you go to click the bell notification after you subscribed and liked it. Let us know down in the comments. Do you like us doing these individual videos on each particular issue? Would you like to see if it does run a little bit longer? Would you like to see more issues done per episode? How do you guys feel about this kind of format? Because we're trying to make it a little easier. We don't want to have 30, 40-minute videos for you guys. So just let us know down in the comments. And if you are into the Absolute series, let us also know what is your favorite thus far.
Yeah, there's six series going on right now, which I know we talked about this when we first started doing these. I'm pretty sure there is going to be a crossover issues of the Absolute. So I can't wait for that. So there's going to be some culmination of nonsense. It's going to be great.
Well, and because we talked about, if you've watched our Justice League Unlimited videos, check them out. I'll have them at least showing on the screen here. That we've seen with Grodd, he's got the Martian Manhunter coloring going on and things like that. So are we going to get that kind of a crossover after we get a Absolute crossover? Then we're going to get the two universes colliding crossover. There's going to be a lot coming out. There's a lot of comics. Like I said, you got the first 3 have 7 issues out right now, and then the last 3 have just all completed their second issues. So stay tuned for those videos. They will be coming up. We actually will be having absolute Green Lantern, Flash, and Martian Manhunter issues 2 releasing. It'll be a 3-parter, but we're going to release all 3 parts at the same time. So, Mantis, do you have anything else?
No. Yeah, this is great issue.
It is. I'm liking the Batman series more and more. The more it kind of gets on into it. At first, it was a little good, but it was a little different. So now I'm liking it more and more as all of these series really as they get further on. So, all right, guys, that is going to wrap it for us on this episode of You, Me, and DC. Until next time, we'll see you then.
Later.